There we go. In the bottom right of Amphion. I haven't seen this map yet. This Oliveira. And in the top left, we have Nightmare. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the map. Just go over some things here. So you've got a natural. Of course, a ramp into a natural. Then there is a mineral wall, a double mineral stack. And I'm not sure if it was 10 or 20. I checked this, but I forgot. Then you have this normal ramp, and you have a Reaper path down here, which is very, very quick. I mean, see? This is like the most direct, it's like a close by air if you go Reapers. It's super fast. So yeah, let's see what's gonna happen here. I mean, it's only abusive to Reapers, and you could put a pylon in, I assume. I haven't tried it yet, but there's probably ways to do that. And this is a standard scouting path here for the probe. Just trying to get to your opponent and see what's up. You could probably put a pylon here to block any Reapers in that path if you really wanted to. Right, got a factory coming up. Probe is going back home, and there we go. There's a pylon up here, so this should block off this area, which basically it should also be restricted by the fences. I'm not 100% sure if you can do anything with like put a grenade down here and then jump up and catch it mid-air or something. If there's like a bug that's accessible or makes this path accessible again, not sure. But this Reaper is not gonna go through that area. Let's see. It's still a very quick Reaper though. I mean, well, the Adept is almost done now, but yeah. And be chased out by the Adept here. And he's going for a stand on the high ground. Let's double check if this was seen. Actually, yes, the expansion is being seen, so this command center would have been a little bit more hidden. So you have the option to go basically into kind of a, well, islandish position. So here's 3 bases, and they have actually 2 gold patches here, which are in this small pathway, and you need to mine out 40 minerals, or you can just float over command center if you want to. I'm kind of curious if Time maybe plays this map for the first time. Sorry, Oliveira plays this for the first time and just did misplace his CC, or if there's not enough space in this area to actually play some. Maybe I haven't played this map enough times. This might be one of the closer positions where you try to be hidden, but it's actually not hidden, so it should have been even a little bit more to the left. A pylon coming down here. That making going full aggressive. We've got a Phoenix on the way, and the Medevac basically about to run into the Phoenix. Phoenix is going home though. He's a little bit lucky here for Oliveira. And maybe the Medevac goes unscouted. For now, this pylon is gonna fall. But yeah, the Medevac is going over the pylon. That's not the path you really want to take. He's actually just settling for the pylon. I mean, it's fine. You get 2 pylons. You get this one here, which was basically for free, and then you get the one offensive, which also acts as a scout, right? So you decrease the map vision of your opponent. It's not really the damage you're looking for, but hey, it's better than nothing. It's free. As you can see, nothing was lost here, and he killed 2 pylons and a probe. But now we have Phoenixes on the way, on the field here, trying to go offensive a little bit and see if they can poke the push that's coming here from Time. Oliveira. My bad. Oh, Widowmine did not go off on these Adepts. Hey, these Adepts need to be careful. Okay, they get the Reaper, which is really good. And then, if they can retreat without losing one Adept, that might be amazing. Yep, This looks good. Oh, Stalker eating some damage there. Unfortunate. Phoenixes are coming back. And let's see. Well, the Phoenixes should be enough to fend off this fight here. Actually, already the overcharge. He's taking a lot of damage from the tank. Tank is such a pain there. And there we go. Phoenix is swooping around, killing off some reinforcements. There's a tank actually coming in here, which is gonna get lifted and cleaned up. And the Immortal is finally out. Oh, might have been a little bit of a misplay there with the Immortal. Maybe come forward a step more, try to hit the Cyclone once more. Actually targeting a Marine there, but now, oh my, that was a nice Widowmine splash actually. All of the Phoenixes are super low, and most of them went down. So a little bit sloppy there by Nightmare. I should have pulled in one Phoenixes first to see if there's a mine and he can drag it into the army. That did not happen. And the splash also went over the Terran army, kind of. Definitely was way better for Oliveira here. Pretty good trade, I'd say. If I'm the Terran, I'd take this anytime. You get the Immortal, you get 3 of the Phoenix. You only lose, well, you lost 2 tanks, okay. You lost a Viking. 2 tanks is not really, well, the one being picked off as a reinforcement was not cool. But as you can see, the third base is done. The third base for Nightmare is just started. This is the whole power behind this push. Now we also have got the 2 extra engineering base coming in here. And on the other side is just being extra gateways added. And we are just remaking Phoenixes. 1 forge. The Robo stayed alive, which is good. So we've got a good Colossus here for Nightmare for the next push. But hey, Phoenix Colossus with 2 Phoenixes and 1 Colossus is not really what you're looking to do here. And yeah, time's just greedily going into a 4th base behind this. This is being scouted though, so Nightmare should know, hey, I can just sit back for a little bit. I can just actually, you know, kind of get back into the game and be maybe greedy myself. So he has an option, for example, to now just throw down another Nexus if he wants to. Could do it. Which, of course, is a little bit risky if time moves out with a 1-1 push. Then there might not be enough to defend. But honestly, like right now, instead of, like, you could delay your 3rd Colossi or a couple gates and then get another Nexus up. Go up to 4 Nexus. Be a little bit greedy there. You have the information. Trying to get one of these Vikings is gonna succeed, and a couple of Marines here on the way out. He lost a lot of health though on those Phoenixes, so needs to be careful there. There we go. So Nightmare is gonna go for the other approach. Hey, this is kind of be funny if this is actually gonna get scouted by this command center, but no. Weapon is being seen. Oh, I hope he saw that actually. Oliveira. He might have just been pulled back into the wrong direction here. And this is a good position, so Nightmare kind of decides to go a little bit all in here. I think he's up to like, what, 8 gates or maybe even more. And yeah, he's just deciding onto an attack here, onto the 3rd base. The issue is though, hey, your Zealots are fighting kind of well, the Phoenix is also doing the job and the Immortal is pushing forward, but the Colossi Giraffes are just firing away at this command set that they picked off like exactly 500 HP. If those 500 damage would have been in Marines, in Marauders, or anything on the ground that is actually units, this fight might have already been swung into his favor. There we go, finally Colossus also participating in the mine fight, but it feels like there might just be enough for time to break this force here from the Protoss. SCV is getting stuck on 1 Zealot there, Hero Zealot in the wall. But in the end, it doesn't seem like the 1 Colossus can make a big stand here. 4th base also being landed on a different position, so time definitely has the option to just transfer workers over there. He is about to run out some minerals at his main base there. Mine that one out, and now we've got another Nexus here from Nightmare. So that's a very difficult decision to make. He could have tried to just reinforce this again really heavily and push in again, and he might have been able to break Oliveira here. By the way, I love this tank here, just on the high ground. It's almost the same range, It's really not that much of a difference. It's probably like here. But it's so much more protected from all those charge lots. He saw it's mostly charge lots. Oh, there we go. Templars. Okay, it's charged on Archon now. Let me see if I can find the Templar archives. It doesn't seem like we have Storm researched. Let's get a quick check on this. Actually not. And I hope time that click is 2. There we go. Perfect. Oh, okay. But actually, Marines in position here. The Nightmare tried to mine out this position. So he got 5 minerals. On 2 patches there. And that's about it. That's kind of funny. Kind of funny strategy. Oh yeah, the Marine is gonna scout this 4th base. It's also pretty good. So, like, everything is kind of in Oliveira's basket here. He has all of the information. He has all of the choices to make. One thing I don't like is how defensively he's sitting here. He should have poked up the ramp to see if there's anything actually. He saw warp there earlier to see if there's anything like a pylon or something he might have missed. This is a planetary, but it's still a hard to hold position. It feels like still it's kind of close, so he can just rotate very easily into the position, and yeah, Nightmare's just gonna fall back. This might end up being a little bit of a longer game. Hope we're gonna get Storm here eventually. So far it's not the case, and we're gonna get on the other side Drilling Claws actually. About to finish here. Just a second. 3 more barracks. We're gonna get ship weapons. We have a lot of turrets in case of war prisms. But I'm pretty sure we haven't seen any war prisms so far. And now we're just gonna go for 5th nexus. Okay. I like it. So he's kind of trying to leap a little bit in the economy right now. He needs to replace his economy from the main and the natural, which are half mined out at this point. I love that he still has this position, right? The gateway. This is only an orbital, so he can always come in and try to attack here with a run by. Of course there's a bunker, but if you break it once, it's most of the time not gonna get remade. It's a little bit different than a planetary, right? And there we go. Zealots charging in, yeah. That's what, 6 or 10 zealots? They could break the bunker. But good reaction here from Oliveira. He's gonna lose a ton of SUVs though. This one, oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Losing so many Vikings there. Wow, that was a good move here from Nightmare. Now Liberators and Reinforcements are defending this position, so this should not get any more damage. Maybe a depot or something. And these Zealots now coming for a flank, but hey, it's completely disjointed. The fight is not happening yet. The Zealots are just running in on their own and not gonna do anything here. On the other side, the fight is going rather well though for Nightmare. Oh, so many disruptors. He's gonna hit 1 tank only actually. He's gonna lose some of his Colossi. And this 1 siege tank with 8 HP, sometimes you really want to just sacrifice, like click 1 Zealot on that one. Try to get the last hit in here. Now it's kind of looking grim again here for Nightmare. He's down a lot of supply. And it feels like if he can't clean up this push, then Oliveira might just run away with the game. Oh, some good disruption overs though. Have been going off most of the tanks. All of the tanks have been picked up. Now it's only Ghost. Couple Marines. Oh, gets the full medevac there. Almost full. 3 Ghost Ray in that one. Oliveira tried to evacuate his pricey units there, but didn't go his way. I love this. So there's this weird mineral patch thing, and you can just set up the tank. If he goes even slightly an inch further, he'll be able to hit the nexus. And there we go, yeah. Quick mine out. Try to open up this area here from Nightmare, who identifies the threat. Finally we find the gateway here. Let's have a look. At this point we have +3 done. And we're going into carriers actually. The other side. I think there's still no storm. If we confirm yes, there's no storm. We have plus air weapons already done, but like going into carriers, if you're behind, and your opponent already is building Liberators and has +1 attack on those, you've already seen the Liberators because he saw them with the Zealots trying to counter attack. Liberators do shred Interceptors. If you have like 5 Liberators or something, 4 or 5 Liberators, and they're like fighting 8 carriers or something, and you have like some bio and like a regular army with those, you're never gonna lose the fight. It's not even close. Those Interceptors just die like flies. Nice EMP here. And it feels like Novas are a little bit on cooldown there. Whoa, that was an amazing splash though. Widow Mines are basically your best friend if you are the carrier player. But these guys, the Liberators, if you mess up some more of those, you can definitely destroy a carrier army. But most players actually don't think about this. Like, it's not actually considered a counter, because you cannot just fight carriers with Liberators. But it's a counter to Interceptors, which you don't really think about as much, because who would counter Interceptors, right? Marines already do that. But Marines definitely not as much. And so far this is kind of paying off for Nightmare. So he's gaining a lot of map control. He kind of destroyed some part of the army there with some lucky splash, I want to say. Boom. And now he has a very good position here on this 4th base location. And some Novas, throwing Novas out. Preemptive. There was a flank from the left, didn't happen. The flank comes from the right and is picking off a lot of expensive units here for Nightmare. This attack might have been a little bit of a bungle. I mean, he got one of the CCs, but actually he's gonna lose all of his army maybe here. As you can see now, there's only Interceptors, right? So all of the ground, oh my god, what a Nova, oh boy. All of the ground was completely wrecked, but the air army still stands strong. It's only 3 carriers though, so it's not that many. If you would have, oh boy, those Widow Mines now, they're like double-edged swords. They can completely wreck carriers as well, but they can also just splash your own army. There's one Marine, man. Jimmy is trying to pick off this one carrier. He didn't make it. Oh, actually, the CC survived. So I take back everything. This was a terrible attack here from Nightmare. He lost all of his expensive units. He lost his natural, which still has resources. Don't underestimate those. And he's only at 3 carriers right now. He doesn't have any splash whatsoever right now. He lost all of his disruptors. He lost all of his colossi. Basically lost all of his gateway units. Everything he has right now are those reinforcements he used to clean up the army, the double drop. And there's one Zealot trying to make the difference down here in this base. It's gonna get 5 SCVs, but at this point it's not that much. At least it's paying for itself. Marine is gonna get a scout here on this base, so Oliveira knows his next target to push and is already rotating into this position. I hope he's gonna make extra Liberators, which is not the case. He's actually going into Vikings. Yeah, this is basically the second choice you have, right? You can just go into mass Vikings against Colossi and carriers, of course. But Vikings are not the best unit to counter carriers. If you can like one-shot them, oh my god, the stim just ran out there. You can one-shot them, of course, they're amazing. But as soon as the carriers start to like chip away at the Vikings, it feels like they get worse and worse and worse. If they are like low numbers, they are terrible. And I kind of like the decision from Nightmare just staying on these 3 carriers. He doesn't really have the money to produce any more. So he isn't. He's just staying on those. This base was poked out though, which is a huge blow. But Nightmare already expanding into a different area, and this is the money scan here. This observer sees it all, by the way, no? And he actually sieges. Oh, but I thought for a second Oliveira saw like the siege and knows. Oh yes, there's an observer, so I know he knows, you know. And yeah, he picked it off, and now he comes back. Okay. Oh, those disruptors. Oh my god. He's trading, but he lost half of those at least Widow Mines are like walking up to the disruptors, trying to kind of ram them into the ground. Oliveira now trying to take this base here. It's just keeping on expanding and expanding. We've got so many bases here for Oliveira. Everything is up and mining and looking healthy here. And on the other side, there's like an empty nexus. Oh. These two bases are mining. This is still destroyed. It's long distance mining for the rest of the resources there. And we've got 3-3 against 3-1 only for our Protoss player. Which makes the charge lot heavy composition is not that great actually with only attack upgrades. And disruptors as well, right? They have a spell attack. It's a fixed damage. Trying to poke in here now. Oh, Oliveira, some of those disruptor hits. Oh, wow. That was a very juicy one. And I want 12 kills on that disruptor. But is it gonna matter? We've got still some flanks coming up here from the disruptors. Are those gonna connect? One gets a decent hit, but only stalkers against so many 3-3 bio units are not gonna make the difference, I am afraid. And this should lead into the first game victory here for Oliveira, who's still having a little bit of trouble splitting here. We see some lost SCVs. Let me see if we can find the position, but I didn't. So yeah, it's only 4 SCVs. It's actually here, this Zealot. He killed 4 SCVs here, and then we get 4 mules to make up for that. I mean, Oliveira is low on money, but if you look at the supply, it's 100 supply to 170 supply, and there's 90 army supply to 30. I think the writing's on the wall here. Nightmare's just... Well, I mean, I like his spirit. He's still staying in the game. He's fighting. He's making Oliveira really work hard for his victory. Not just gonna give it to him. Got some zealots trying to get some damage in here at what is it? Third base, I think this was. And he's trying to take this base as well. So Oliveira at this point should just mine out this and open up the rotations. Oh, if you can get the ghost. Yes, he gets it. And that SCV building. Wow, that was actually great. And Oliveira is just scanning all over the place. Like scanning him. Hey, where's your army? And he sees, hey, wait, there's no army. I can just go ahead and kill him. There's a couple of disruptors in Colossi. They're not gonna get picked off there inside of this overcharge. But this is basically, it should be the breaking neck here. I mean, the breaknecking already happened before, but this should be the last nail in the coffin. Nightmare trying for a counterattack, but he's not gonna make it. GG. Here we go. First game goes to Oliveira. The second game is going to be on Ghost River, which is also a close-by air map. It's kind of interesting that Oliveira decides to let those 3 through, or maybe it was a Nightmare. It feels like those air maps, close-by air maps, have been really good for Protoss in general. Okay. Jump into game number 2. There we go. In the top right we have Oliveira, and in the top left we have Nightmare on our new map in the Mapu. Ghost River letter LC letter I don't know. Letter credit that yeah. Letter edition. Probably not letter edition, maybe. Letter contest, maybe. And as you can see, this is a very quick map to scout on. At least that's what it feels like. And it feels like Nightmare on the last map, like the close by air layout, really played into his style of expanding. But this map is a little bit differently shaped. I mean, the general overall shape is the same. But there is no really expansions into the north area, except for your natural base. So the first area you grow into, and then there's nothing else beyond that. So you definitely need to grow on the lower part of the map if you want to keep on expanding. And of course those just get so far away from the terrain if you try to walk over with marines or marauders from your terrain main base into the very left corner of the map. It just takes forever basically, and 3 days. Guten Morgen, Tag Teufelchen. Zu sehen. Ich hoffe, dir geht's gut. German. Alright, Nightmare is gonna go for a Nexus here in a second. Okay. Pulling back the probe here. Gonna make it with the scouting probe. And we have a Zealot. So he decided to make a Zealot. Gonna go try to harass his opponent. But I don't really like this idea because, I mean, he saw in the last game that Oliveira is someone who loves to expand on the high ground and get a very safe expansion. I mean, he's gonna get this Marine most likely. He's not gonna get back, is it? Let's see this battle here. Trying to run away from the Zealot. Let's check. Speed numbers. 3.15 and the Zealot has 3.15. So they're exactly the same speed. And yeah, if the Marine tries to come back now, the Zealot can just turn around. The Stalker can finish it off. There we go. Tag team confirmed here. And the bunker is there, but there's nothing to put into the bunker. So this was a huge blunder actually from Oliveira. And yeah, I love this already here for Nightmare. This small pressure, this Zealot paid off dividends. Amazing. This was completely off the radar here for Oliveira. He was kind of scrambling to not lose any SCVs. And one Marine even popped on the outside. Oh my god, this was the worst possible outcome. We have no 2 Marines in here, but 1 SCV actually. Finally, Big Daddy Cyclone comes out. But not after one of these depots is lost. And yeah, this is amazing so far. So he gets an SCV, he gets 2 Marines, he gets a depot, and he basically has a way in. Delays this orbital from landing. The extra income. He's trying to get some more extra damage here. Was looking to maybe get the supply depot, but fights against this. Already enough defenses here. This SCV is still not mining. Wow. Perfect opening here so far for Nightmare. Twilight Robo is up, but no upgrade yet. Let's see, it should be Blink. There we go. Been very Stalker heavy so far. Continuing with Blink is just the natural thing to do. And this tank is gonna get a shot. Boom. Love to see it. The Cyclone is kind of bugging out there. Amazing. Yo, Daniel, danke für die 100 Bits. Thank you so much. Ich hoffe, dir geht's gut. Got the Zealot still in patrol down here. And okay, so there's a tech lab on the starboard. Let's see what he's gonna make with this. For now, it's gonna be a Raven. Honestly, yeah, put one here. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Siege the tank again. That's an amazing position, right? It almost covers all of the entrance there to your natural. He's getting a bunker. He's going so defensively. Behind this, though, Nightmare's just going up to a 3rd base. He's not doing any pressure. He has like 3 gates. A prism, and that's it. It's 3-gate prism. Blink Stalker, which is so like middle of the road, kind of. 2-gate would have been the greedy approach. 3 gates is like, hey, I'm safe. I can also pressure it a little bit, but it's mostly like economic damage. There's no all-in coming in. Well, Oliveira is kind of preparing for an all-in here. He feels so much under pressure. Wow. Now he's even getting some Marines here, some free damage. There's no Viking. Good micro. And the Cyclone is a little bit weak, it feels. But the new lock-on cooldown is definitely showing here. Cyclone has some more HP, but it doesn't really, well, help its utility, right? And there we go. Two Stalker squad going in to try snipe some SCVs. He's gotta get 2 for his troubles. And, oh, I love this. So you can actually blink down here from that position. I didn't know about this. But makes sense if you look at the range there. Nightmare just keeps on expanding. Been doing great so far. Adding a couple more gates here. And even more gates. So we're going up to, what, 5 gates or something now. And the Raven, first scout, finds a forge on the way, a robotics bay on the way. And Oliveira should feel a little bit pressured again in this position here. Seeing so much development already from his opponent. And he himself, he's just been going to +1. That's basically all the X in his basket. +1 stim combat shields. Could get this one, but the Cyclone is just tickling it. It's like, it feels so much weaker than the other Cyclone. Maybe you still need 2 into like a defensive opening like this, but he has been producing so many tanks. Okay, so we have like a one punch card ticket here, basically, for Oliveira. As I say that, he throws down the 3rd base, but it's so late. So there's gonna be a big tank push with +1, sorry, with stim, with combat shields. I hope he doesn't forget concussive. He already has so many Marauders, he should definitely get it. Very hopeful. And probably he's gonna go with 4 medivacs. Or actually he's gonna go with a Viking, because he really wants to push out this War Prism. And I don't hate it, but actually getting the first 4 medivacs are just so key. Yeah, he got like 3 now. So he's very weak on the healing. If he loses 1, there we go. For only 1 Stalker, that's already amazing here for our Protoss player. He's at least gonna get the Prism for his sacrifice there on the medivacs. This push feels so weak. It only has 2 medivacs. If this would be 4 medivacs, I mean, look at this. It's completely different. And some friendly fire splash onto the tank. Very well done with the Zealots. Some charge in from the north there. 1 Widow Mine still in action. Trying to shoot at 1 Stalker is gonna happen, but is it gonna matter? Holy moly, we had Roddy streaming late. Now we have Mapu. I see. Royal Knight. Yeah, I'm actually gonna stream a little bit today. It's not one of my regular days, but I happen to get the chance to do some streaming tonight, so like, yeah, let's do it. Happy to see you here. Right, so now we've got some charge lots coming in from the south side, trying to harass this 3rd, which hasn't even landed yet. And let's see, what can Oliveira do with this push here? This is a very good position, and I don't like that Nightmare didn't mine out and open up this area so he can like rally down Zealots or something. Wow, 1 pylon to power it all. But there we go, Zealots, man, on the counterattack on the 3rd, which just landed. This is so painful. And actually pulls back Oliveira, and this was like an... Nah, it's not an F2, but he pulled back so much from his main army. He's completely forfeiting this position. He needs to be so careful that he doesn't lose everything on the retreat. Yeah, he should be safe. Okay, I like it. So it's gonna transition into a little bit of a longer game, but it still feels like Nightmare has an edge, right? He is up 1 base. This was good. Getting 2 Stalkers there, at least, for these Widow Mines. So he still is up the base. He lost, though, his Colossi tech. He lost the Forge. That was a very good pickoff, actually. Now we have a War Prism. We already have the Colossus thing back up, but there's no Forge. And it's only +1. So yeah, that needs to be fixed. We don't really have any extra upgrades coming in from Oliveira as well. He's stuck at 1-1 for now. There's no armory in sight. So he's just gonna see if he can finish him with the push, I assume. But there's already 2 Colossus again. A lot of charge lords, and it doesn't feel like this army is equipped well enough to deal with so many ground forces there from Nightmare. These Colossus just stand so strong, they're not gonna fall, and GG is called. Nightmare takes game number 2. Now, game number 2. Alright, thank you so much for tuning in, everyone, at this kind of strange time, not irregular time for me. And Gonna mention this again to everyone who just tuned in. Maybe we're gonna do a no tap, no health bars cast. It's just experimental. I just want to see, you know, how it feels, if people like it, if it's actually doing what I hope it to do, like building extra suspense. It's more difficult to cast, if it helps me casting with my normal casts, you know, and just for fun, basically, to see if I can, you know, make a different feel from all the standard stuff. Alright, let's hop right into game number 3 here. There we go, in the bottom right of Oceanborn, which is one of those older maps, we have Oliveira, and at top left it is Nightmare. So it feels like Oliveira did a little bit bungle the last game. Maybe he was overreading or basically over defending. He was not correctly reading the game in the early stage. Just because he lost to like a Zealot and 2 Stalkers the very early skirmish, right? And he never really caught back from that position. Let's see if Nightmare needs something tricky again this game to stay ahead, or if he can actually play from an even ground and just win over Oliveira here. And I expect not to see a Zealot on this map, to be honest. What's up, what's up? Everything is good so far. I hope you have been enjoying as well, and you will be enjoying from now onwards. Also, please, if you haven't yet, check out my YouTube. It should be linked somewhere, I hope. I can just throw down a link. I'm doing some casting recently, and it's all going up on this YouTube channel. Please check this out if you have the time. Give it a follow or sub or like or whatever. It's gonna help me grow the channel as well. Be very much appreciated. Alright. Go back to the game. We have the Reaper coming across the map, and as I anticipated, there is not a Zealot this time. Of course, this is a way longer rush distance than the last map. We're just gonna go into Stalker here, so not the Adept first, which is kind of the stock standard, but I personally enjoyed the Stalker actually more. Stalker opening, but that's just me. It feels though with an Adept you're like more mobile, right? So you're much more safe against any Reaper aggression. And the second barracks here for Oliveira, alright. Wait. Yeah, it's a second barrack. For a second I was like, wait, what? There's a barracks here as well, but yeah, it's it's a 2-1-1 basically. I'm going a little bit old school, and yeah, this is gonna end up in a push. But okay, he's not shooting his gate here. He's shooting the rocks. Sorry, the rover. He's shooting the rocks. And the Reaper is just gonna find the Adept here. He didn't scout the Robo, so he doesn't know that there's no Twilight actually. Oh, sorry, the Twilight is in the main. I'm so sorry. He doesn't know that the Robo's already on the way and halfway done. It's gonna be 2 gate. For now, there we go, 3rd gate. And I don't think we're gonna have a 4th, to be honest, but let's wait and see. Yeah, he's throwing down a shield battery. I don't think there's gonna be if he gets actually a scout in this battery, this would have been a great scout. You kind of know, like, anyone who throws down a shield battery before 4 minutes is not in, like, the frontal position of his base, is most likely not gonna go for 4th gate attack. And so far I really like this for Nightmare, because he's gonna have the battery. It's already up there. And he's gonna be in a little bit of a defensive position. And this is a 2-1-1, so it's gonna be a push. I wonder if he's gonna wait for +1 or if he's just gonna go vanilla dim combat shield marine push. And what he makes out of the factory to accomplish this. So for now we have a tank, we've gotta get a second tank, and we have a cyclone. So it's gonna be tank, marine, cyclone, medivac attack there, and there we go. Observer coming in, if he can get a full scout on all of the structures. Down here is the last barracks, as we can see, and he's just off 1 pixel. Literally, this is where it ends. Yeah. Wait, that's a weird bug. There we go, the push is coming in, and oh my god, I think this might have been the worst blink of all time. Patience, if you are watching, give him some advice. It still might be enough, but is this Nexus is definitely gonna fall, and this was not a cancel, this was actually a kill. But kind of amazing here. Start for Oliveira. And yeah, this 2-on-1 kind of, you know, did the job. It did what it had to do. It actually killed the third base. It did way more than it had to do. And he killed 6 stalkers. This was an amazing push here for Oliveira. And he did not start combat shields, so he needs to get that. Oh, is it gonna go away? Wow, that's a little bit of a slip up. But we are gonna get +1. At least that is going. I really hope he's gonna not forget his combat shields, because that is a huge upgrade. And sometimes in the TVTs, that's like one of those common moves out there. And there we go. Second tackler. He's actually doing it already, as I say. That's what you get for not casting with any taps. I might just not see the medivac. Oh wow. What a lucky rally there. Yeah, we've got stalkers in position. They should not let this one in. But the frontal attack, well, he sees everything. He has good map vision. And that's definitely the key for Nightmare right now. But yeah, so far this game has been all but Oliveira. Been basically ruling the map. He has all of the map controlled right now. He can go into the third base, which is already finished. He could just land this whenever he wants to. Gonna make it into an orbital first. And he can transition basically in what he wants. As we can see, he's even on workers. He's up in supply, which is army at this point. Finally, this Nexus is done. We are gonna get some extra income here, but yeah, this delay was huge. And as well, like losing so many stalkers and not even completely losing that army for Oliveira. He got back with like half at least of the army, right? Now we're gonna get some DT. Let's see what those can do. The Invisible Man, as it comes in, makes its walk into the base. The first one's already been seen by the turret. Second one, actually slicing away at those workers. It's gonna get a couple kills. Not too many. Okay, so not really worth it so far. At least the third DT makes it out. Not gonna die to this turret vision here. Colossus range not done yet. There's a second robo on the way. We're already doing some disruptors, which I like, and we kind of need a second upgrade here from your coach. Mr. Nightmare, you've got the money, you should put it in. I know the attack is coming, but you should still do it. Because you need to get ahead. Not just 5. This is good. Getting a Viking there for just some damage on the Colossi. You get some good force fields. And if you can get a good connection here, oh yeah, that was good. He gets a tank, gets some. That was basically free damage. All of them was kind of free. He almost lost nothing, just a set of good force fields. A very nice, juicy couple of Novas. And now everything kind of swings again a little bit more into Nightmare's favor here. That was very well executed by him. And Oliveira definitely did a little bit of a slip-up. He should have not just committed up a ramp like that. Well, we still have 4th CC going on here. We have the armor finishing up, and the second eBay is also done. Starts immediately +2 for attack and defense here behind this, so very quick on the trigger there. Not letting any time go to waste. We also finally have the +2 attack here coming in for Nightmare, but oh, he needs to be a little bit careful with these stalkers. I don't think he has an observer. I mean, he has a zealot over here. Oh, okay, he has one. So he knows actually the army rotation. But yeah, definitely needs to be careful. Gets a marauder there, and I think this is where you can like scan this area and see, hey, is there an observer? Oh, the marine is gonna get killed. Can get a marauder? Nope. There we go though. He's gonna lose the observer, and it's just gonna make its way outside of this map. Bye bye. Alright, 4th base is up and running, 5th base on the way. Also Oliveira is going into his 5th base. This is gonna be seen by the zealot, so good positioning. And yeah, actually gonna rotate down. And we've got zealots being sent out here for counter attack onto the natural. Okay, this is basically the Protoss ABC. You push into one area and you have tons of zealots running into every other base. Try to pick up as many things, like create as many fires as you can at the same time here. But these zealots, they are completely disjointed from the army in the timing, and they don't actually make it into the mineral line really. He gets a very good position though on this base and gets a kill for his troubles on the building command center. This could be an amazing Nova. No. Only gonna be a couple units. Retreat is gonna be covered here by a Nova and some force fields, and yeah, it was still worth it, I'd say. He gets the building CC, he gets some of the army units, and he has been trading favorably. Here's another CC though, already in the natural being made here. And I hope this time the zealots come in after the actual army goes in. One marauder is gonna get killed here. And they're waiting, biding their time. We have some units in position, but it's like 3 medivacs, Viking, they're not shooting at zealots. There's a lot of supply though to commit to the area. And those Vikings, they're not doing anything. There's no laser giraffes anymore. They need to land, they need to find anything they could do. They're just getting picked off. There was just like 10, 15 supply that just did nothing and died for free to those stalkers. And that's a huge pickup. That's a huge trade here again for Nightmare, who keeps on expanding. I love it. And we are already up to 2-to-1 upgrades here. I assume he has made a second forge. He's gonna get some ghosts here as well, trying to rotate on the map. Been just shaving off units here and there, and it seems like now after he kills off all of the Vikings, he comes in with the Colossus again. And Oliveira might feel pressured into making more Vikings. Oh, this could be amazing. He can basically, he has so many disruptors, he can zone his areas for days. Oliveira cannot commit, and on the left side he's getting completely wrecked. Amazing Nova connection there. So many disruptors, man. Disruptors so hard to fight against with only bio units. You kind of need liberators against this. It's gonna be siege tanks for now. He's just rotating those, the ones he had, but they're just gonna get picked off by the stalkers. They're not quick enough to do any difference in this fight. And we're just waiting for this one Nova, and there it happened. And this is the final swing, it feels like, in this fight. Nightmare should be able to pick off the bases on the south now if he wants to. He can just go over here and just kill those. Just gonna lift those. So he's not gonna overcommit here. We have a ton of Stalkers reinforcing again. See this, the first forge. We're also transitioning into carrier. Second forge. Yeah, it feels like the trading has been so good for Nightmare. If we look at the resources being traded, it's been amazing in his favor. And a single G. GG. Nightmare takes the game.